The Cayo Perico Heist is still GT Online's best money-making method. It's good for solo players and even better for players who have friends with them. On average, you can make a sweet $1.2 million every time you do the heist. So, let me show you how easy it is and how you can do the same. Okay, to start up the Cayo Perico Heist, you obviously need a Kosatka submarine. And how you get that is by going into Warstock, and here you can buy it. I would really recommend getting the Sparrow, as it is a very crucial part of our, what shall I say, grinding when doing the Cayo Perico Heist. It will make everything very much easier. You should invest into the Sparrow if you have money for it, but it is quite a lot of money, so you might have to do a heist or two without it. However, in this guide we will utilize the Sparrow helicopter, so try and get that as soon as possible. Now when you're in your Kosatka, all you have to do is register as a boss, so get CEO, and then set up the Cayo Perico Heist for 100k. Now the first mission we're gonna do is the gather intel mission. So you see here we got the grapeseed location, and I am actually already here. However, if this mission spawns up here in Toledo Bay, for example, or over here by the military base, and you're down here with your Kosatka, then you can very easily just go over to this control panel right here, hit the fast travel button, and then you can fast travel to a bunch of different locations on the map, such as this one that we are on right now. However, we are not going to utilize that right now because we are in the right spot, so we're just gonna run back here and get into the Sparrow helicopter. Now, if you didn't already notice, this video is not gonna cover the absolute first time you're doing this heist, because it's gonna be quite different the first time you're doing the heist. That will be a separate video somewhere down the line, but today I'm making a video about all the other times you're gonna do this heist except that first time, so pay attention because this is what's really important. Anyway, now we're here, we're just gonna fire some missiles at these guys, and then we're gonna take the VLM plane. Take him out, easy as that, and then we'll hop into the VLM. This is a really slow plane, and we gotta fly it all the way to the bottom of the map, but that's just how it is. This is the mission you get every time when you're doing the Cayo Perico Heist. So now it's just flying to the bottom of the map until we get to Cayo Perico, so I'll see you guys there. By the way guys, a small little tip is that when you're flying the VLM, or any other plane for that sake, you should try and aim to get over 1,000 feet in altitude, because actually the planes in GT Online goes a little faster if you are over 1,000 feet in altitude. So a little tip for those slow plane rides. Right, so now we're here. We are at the Cayo Perico Island, and what we're gonna do now is just go and look for some secondary loot and find out what our main target is gonna be. Okay, so when we spawn in, we just want to turn right around and go over to this hangar right here. This is the first loot location that we will have a look at. So one of the locations is down here, so we can see that we got weed and cash, so we'll just take a picture of that, send it to Pavel, and picture of the cash. Next location we will try and see and what loot we get. We'll go up here, and unfortunately we got nothing up here, so we're gonna need to go to the next loot location and see if we can find some more. To get the elite challenge in the Cayo Perico Heist, you need to have a full secondary loot bag, and since we're going for that elite challenge, we do need to find enough loot so we can fill up our bags. Therefore, we are running over here to this loot location right here, because hopefully there will be enough loot so we can fill up the bag. And look at that, we got the best one, which is cocaine. If you didn't know, the best secondary loot is cocaine, which looks like that. The second best is weed, which is that one, and then the worst one is cash. If you're playing with a friend and you guys are doing the heist, then I would not recommend taking cocaine or weed or anything like that. Just go into the compound and then take some gold. I will show that later on how you get that. But since we found that cocaine and weed in there, that means we have enough loot to fill up our secondary loot bag, and we can now move on to finding out what our main target will be. So you get on this bike right here, which is by this little fence, and then we start riding up here. So just follow the route that I take in this clip and you will be 100% fine. You drive over this little field here, down over this road. Oh, the damn Cayo Perico bushes. We're gonna drive up here into this little field. Now here you gotta be a bit careful because there is a guard in that tower right there, and you can see he's turning around now. And when he's turned, look at the minimap. When he's turned like that, you cannot drive over because he will see you. So you will need to wait for him to then turn around, and then we'll jump over this little hill here. There you go, he turned around. So now we can go full speed and then drive over this little hill. Just like that. Just take a wheelie and bounce off about where I bounced off, and then you will be fine. It's not a hard jump to get. It's very, very simple. Now you just drive on the edge of the map here. Sure you drive behind this camera and not in front of it, because then you will be caught. Then you go up this hill right here, up to this radio tower. And now we are done. That's how you get over to this radio tower, where you will find out what main target we have. Little tip, if there's a guard down here, which you can see on the minimap, the signal box will not be on the ground right here. That means it will be up in the tower somewhere. And there you go, we found it. When you find this signal box, you just open it like this, and then you will get this little hack. This looks complicated, but it's actually really, really easy. What the symbols on the right means is that X you see, that multiplies it by 4. The line with 2 lines in it, that multiplies it by 2, and the circle, or shall I say the box with the stripe going through it, that is multiplied by 1, so it's single digit. To get 92, we will probably try and do something like this, 8 times 4, and then we'll actually get it right there. Oh, never mind. There you go. And there we have it. Basically, you just have to play around with it a bit. As you can see, I'm not perfect at it, so you just have to play around a bit, and then after a while you will get it. Usually it's very, very easy. Just get as high as you can before you start doing the small numbers. When you've hacked this security box, then you open your phone, you open Sightseer, and now you start panning or changing the camera to the right. So click right on your D-pad. We'll go through a bit of useless cameras, and then we will get to the basement, and this is where we will see the main target. Just pan the camera like this, and here you have it. Sometimes you will need to pan your camera all the way over here to this safe right here, because you will get bearer bonds, which is a primary target that you can get. So if this case is empty, then just pan the camera all the way over here. Okay, so we got the necklace, which is not the worst, but it's definitely not the best, but that's okay. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, if you are not playing solo, if you're playing with 2 people, then you can take this stuff that's in here. So you just go through these cameras and look at West storage, for example. Sometimes you can find gold in here. We were pretty unlucky right now just finding cash. There you go. Here's some gold. So gold is the best secondary loot target if you have 2 people. You can't access the gold if you are a solo player. But as you can see, we get quite a few gold stash spots now, so that's good. You need 3 gold loot spawns for both players to get a full loot bag. So make sure that if you're going for gold, you need to get 3 gold locations, or loot spawns, shall I say, to get your secondary loot in your bag to fill up, so you can actually do daily challenge and stuff. Anyway, when we're done scoping out that, we're done with the scope out mission. We know everything we need now, and we can move on. However, if you have not scoped out this island completely before, all the entry points and all the POIs and stuff, then I would recommend doing that right now. Just search up a video on YouTube, all entry points Cayo Perico Heist, and you'll just do that right now. I've already done it, so I don't need to do it. So now we're done with being here. The method I like to use to get back to Los Santos is just opening the job list, accepting Gerald's job invitation, or Simeon's, or whoever. You accept that, and don't worry, the mission will still count. You accept the job, and then you just, when you get the option, you just back out. And after that, you will spawn down here at the docks, and the mission will be done. It's much quicker than going through all the cutscenes of flying the plane back, etc. Now you just go quickly and spawn your Sparrow attack helicopter, and we'll go right back to the Kosatka and continue this heist, or continue the setups, shall I say. Alright, back in the Kosatka, right back to the planning screen, and now you can see in the top corner we have the ruby necklace, which is worth 700k, and then it says secondary targets 2.64 million. We can't take all that, obviously, but it still says it. So now we just want to go to the prep screen and get right onto the approach vehicles. And the approach vehicle we want is the boat. It's the Longfin. So we just go here and launch this mission. Also, depending, I don't care which mission you get. Right now, I want you to go over here, as I talked about earlier, and then fast travel over to Vespucci Beach. Put your Kosatka here, and this is where we will work from for the rest of the preps for the heist. This is simply because it's closest to all the missions we're gonna do now, and it just makes it a lot faster. So now we're fast traveled. Once again, back to the Sparrow. Oh, the Sparrow is not here. That means it's somewhere out there. We'll just go down here and then return Moonpond vehicle, and there it is. Now when we get over here, we will need to steal this boat from this police station. To do that, we need a truck cab. So if you have the Phantom Wedge, then that's perfect. You can use that to steal the boat. However, on this account, I do not have the Phantom Wedge, and therefore Pavel gives us a few locations of trucks we can steal. Always go for this one, which has two trucks right besides each other, because this one is actually the Phantom Wedge. It's further away, it's more protected, and it's just not worth it. So just go for one of these normal ones. They work fine. Also, keep a lookout if you can find some trucks while they're just flying over there. As I just found one right now, as I just told you that's just perfect. If you find one like this, you can actually use it, so it is worth it, so you don't have to drive as far. Because look, just by getting this truck right now, I saved myself, quite a bit of a drive just by finding this one on the road here. So you should try and look out for truck cabs when you are flying or driving to the ones that Pavel shows you. Right, so almost here now. What we're gonna do is just stock up on snacks. We're gonna keep the snack window open because we might have to spam it. We're just gonna back in here and then just hook it on. Now use snacks because you're gonna get shot to hell, and then just drive out quickly. You don't need to kill anyone. If you just spam snacks for a few seconds and then get the boat on the trailer, then you're good. Now what you want to do, you got a lot of police after you and you're driving a slow truck. What you want to do is go down here on the map. Just put a waypoint right there. Just don't care about the police. And I know you don't have a waypoint, but trust me, that's where you will need to go. And we will figure out the cops afterwards. Just avoid them for now and get down to that location on the docks. Right, so almost here now. I have avoided all the cops. Pretty easy. If you do die and they kill you, just get back in the truck and start driving down here again. Now we want to drive in right here. Just push the gates a little bit because they are a bit slow. Park the truck like right on top of these two rectangles. Now walk away from the truck because you still got the police after you. Walk away from the truck, then use a grenade or whatever you got to just blow yourself up. Now when you spawn in again, you will have lost the cops. Easy as that. And no, Lester does not work, so that's why you need to blow yourself up. Quickly run back to the truck and get inside. As you can see now, the location we're gonna deliver it to is actually right here. So you're gonna get this little cutscene and then you're done with the mission. Easy as that. Now we're done with the mission. What we want to do now is just spawn the Sparrow again. Right now I can't spawn it because it's already out, so I'll try to return it and then spawn it. If you can't spawn it, if you get this requested again in 2 minutes, then just spawn an Oppressor Mark II or a Buzzard attack helicopter. Both of them works pretty well. Or if you don't have any of them, just wait the 2 minutes. But I'm just gonna hop into the Buzzard and fly right over to the Kosatka again. And we're back again. Now let's get back to the planning screen, and now let's go down to weapon loadout and choose the Conspirator. Now we're gonna get our weapons for the heist. Now this is what you don't want. You don't want to see the message, go to the Merryweather HQ, because this means you will get the worst mission possible for the Cayo Perico Heist, which is you're gonna follow a Merryweather helicopter from this location right here all the way up somewhere up here on the map. It takes a long time and you don't want to do it. Now the easiest way to just avoid this is by going into a new session like this, invite only session, and then just put your spawn location on the Kosatka. However, how I do it, since I have these missiles, I just hop onto this one right here and then I just fire a missile. This missile has a very, very long range, so I can legit just snipe this helicopter that we need to follow from the other side of the map. And by doing this, I will fail the mission and I can then start the mission again and hopefully get one of the good missions. But every time you get this, go to the Merryweather HQ, never do the mission. Please just change lobby and then do that until you get one of the good missions. So you can see heist prep failed, weapons were not delivered. Back to the planning screen, start the conspirator weapon loadout again, and now you can see go to the Penriz building. So this is one of the good ones. There's a few of the good missions. There's one that's something Vespucci, and there's one Schlongberg building one, but everything besides the Merryweather HQ one is good. So you take anything that's not the Merryweather HQ. So I'll see you guys over at this building. Sorry guys, I forgot to record, but I landed on top of the roof and then went into the roof entrance. Never go through the main entrance, always go through the roof. Now we just want to pull out a weapon that has a suppressor on it. Shoot this guy right here, shoot this guy right here, shoot him and shoot him. Oh, somehow they detected me. They shouldn't usually do that, but no big deal, because it doesn't really matter. We just gotta take out some of these guys so they don't kill me while I do this. Usually if you do that, you can just go through the whole thing, but it doesn't even matter. You can just go in here and kill everyone for that sake, because it doesn't change much really. Right, so when you killed everybody, you walk over to the desk right here and then you try and open this gun locker. The gun locker is locked, so you will go on this computer right here and then we will hack the laptop. Now this is a very simple hack. You just need to look for the number that's on the top of your screen. You just have to look for that number inside this little puzzle thing here. So just keep your eyes open, look for 43. I see a 43, it was wrong. Let's just look for another one. And there you go. See, I found it. So I just click that and then we got it. We're gonna open the gun locker and then take the weapons. There you go. And then we'll just head back to the Kosatka. When you get to this door right here, make sure you click exit to the roof and not exit to the ground floor, because that will be a mistake. Now quickly get inside your helicopter or your Impressor Mark II, whatever you got, because there will be helicopters that's after you. Take off and fly the f away. And fly away. Right, back to the Kosatka now, and now it's time to do the next prep. Now, you got 4 equipment preps that is possible to do. Never do demolition charges. We don't need this. It does say mandatory, but we don't actually need this, because if we do the cutting torch, we don't need the demolition charges. Also, if you do the demolition charges, they will break your stealth, meaning you will get detected, and that is not very fun in the Cayo Perico Heist. So the ones we're gonna do is the cutting torch, the fingerprint cloner, and then the plasma cutter. The plasma cutter can be different for you depending on if you got the bearer bonds or if you got something like the ruby necklace like me. If you got something like the necklace, then you get the plasma cutter. If you got the bearer bonds, then you get some codes that you need to get. Even though I won't show you that mission today, it's really easy. You just go to the casino, kill some guys, get the code, and then run out. So it's not difficult at all, but most of the time you will get this plasma cutter mission. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this plasma cutter prep mission then. So you see here, we gotta go to this safe house right here. So as usual, we'll go back here and get the Sparrow helicopter. As you guys can see, it's very beneficial to have this helicopter with you, as we are basically using it for every prep that we are doing. However, if you do have something like the Impressor Mark II or the Buzzard attack helicopter, then that does work pretty well too. However, it's just easier with the Sparrow because it goes straight into the Kosatka. Make sure you guys invest into this helicopter. Okay, so landing now, we're just gonna go right into this little safe house here. And a very good tip for this mission right here is that you need to go and look for some board in here. You can actually see it over there in the corner right there, but you don't actually have to do that. We can just take a quick picture of the whole room like this, and then we'll send it to Pavel. Just turn around like that and we're done with that room. So you don't need to actually find that board. You can just take a picture of the room straight when you come in and then send it to Pavel. So it saves you a few seconds. Now we'll just get back into the helicopter and then go to the next location that Pavel gives us. Okay, so right now there are some enemies here that we need to just blow, and then we need to steal the plasma cutter. So we're just gonna fire some rockets in there. Of course, there's gonna spawn a lot of enemies straight away. We'll just ignore those. Be careful with those enemies though, because they do take quite a bit of damage, so just be careful with them. take out him. Then we'll run right over. Oh, I don't want to catch fire. And get the plasma cutter. Try and not die here. And I think we're pretty good. Get right back into the helicopter. There will spawn more enemies, so be careful of that. Even though you kill all the enemies that spawn, they will just spawn some more. And they do have pretty laser aim, so quickly run out of the helicopter and get back into it. And then we're basically done. Now we just gotta fly back to the Kosatka and deliver this plasma cutter. And just like that, we're done with the prep. Only took us a few minutes. Moving on to the next prep. Next prep on our list is the fingerprint cloner. So let's do that one. Again, this is pretty easy. We just gotta go to some warehouse. So again, just hop right back into the Sparrow. This process of doing the Cayo Perico heist and all the setups and preps does get quite repetitive. As you can see, we're just flying place to place, not doing very much. However, it is very and extremely easy, and it's also very quick if you do it with a helicopter or in a Presser Mark II or something like that. Right, we have arrived. Don't crash the plane. Now there are some cameras here. We don't care about those. We're just gonna run right in. Now be careful when you run in, because these guys will spray you down, so make sure you just spray too crazy. You just gotta spray and then pray. So like that, be a bit careful and take out all the 4 guys that's in here. Now we want to hack this PC after Pavel has spoken the whole of the Bible. And there you go, now we can hack the laptop. Now again, this is a really easy hack. Just line up the red letters with the blue line and then you'll get it. It's very, very easy. Do that and then run back out. Now we'll just hop back into the helicopter and then fly to the archive or the next location we gotta go to. And here we are. I usually like to just take out these cameras right here. You don't have to, but I usually just do it because or else there will spawn some enemies when you come out of this archive again, and it's just not worth the hassle. Just use a few bullets to take them out and you won't need to deal with any enemies when you get outside this door. Now we want to run to the end of this room right here, to these desks, and just walk around the room. You saw it right there. The fingerprint cloner was laying on that table, and the pickup radius for that thing is absolutely huge. So just run around a bit over there in that area and you'll pick it up guaranteed. Now we'll run back out again and get back into the helicopter and fly right back to the Kosatka. And there you go, done with another prep. Right, now for the last prep we'd have to do for this heist, it is the cutting torch, and this is arguably the easiest prep of them all. It legit can take 2 minutes. So we hop back into the Sparrow and we take off. Now we gotta go right over there. There's a few possible spawns for this mission right here. All of them is pretty good, none of them are really that bad, and they take about the same time to do all of them, so very easy. All right, over at the next location now. Oh shit. At the next location now, we do not want to blow these guys. We just want to run right over here. And here we have a yellow hard hat. And using this, we can just blend in to the crowd. And these security guards right here will not detect us. We just got to pay attention to not being into the line of sight for too long, because then they will get aggro on us. So we'll just go around and check these toolboxes with that green check mark on top of it. And when you see a like blue little thing, there you go. You see the blue little thing there? That's what we're looking for. So that's the cutting torch. So we already got it, and that means we can just leave the area and get back into the helicopter and straight back to the Kosatka. That's how easy this mission really is. If you're lucky, you'll find it in the first toolbox you do or you find, and then you can just fly back and you're actually just done. This takes like 2 minutes. Easy as that. Now we're back, and that should be the last prep, and we are now ready to start the finale of the heist, or actually go to Cayo Perico and steal this loot. Okay, so now you can see that the mandatory preps have been completed, so we can start the finale now. There are some optional preps that we can do, like these weapons, armor, air support. These are things that could help you in the heist, but they will not affect us in the way we will do this heist. So there's absolutely no point in doing these prep missions. They will only be a waste of time. So we'll just go over to the finale screen here and click start. Do not click anything else on this screen. There's only start you can choose. Confirm settings and then play. If you have a friend, that's where you'll invite them. If you're going solo, you're just going solo. So approach vehicle, we want to choose the Longfin. Infiltration point, we want to choose the main dock. Compound entry point, we want to choose the drainage tunnel. Escape point doesn't really matter, just pick airstrip, but we are not going to escape from there, so it doesn't matter. Time of day, you can choose either day or night. I prefer to choose day because it's just easier to see. And suppressors we want to put on. You can also hire some support crew, but again, this does not matter. We don't need any of it, and it's basically a waste of money. So we'll just click continue, pick our outfit. That looks good, and let's go. All right, so now we are here at the main dock. We want to just turn the boat all the way to the left right here. You don't need to jump over this, it's just for fun. We want to go over to the airstrip because that's where our loot is. We're going to get the secondary loot before we get the main target. So you want to get the boat all the way over here to this little beach right here, whatever you want to call it. Just put the boat right here. Do not beach it. If you beach it, you need to restart the mission because we will need this boat right here later on. It might drift around into the ocean right there, but we'll just go and get it after. Okay, so since we got some loot right here, we are going to do this very slow because this area is, in my opinion, the most difficult area in the whole heist because these enemies, they detect anything. They detect if you walk through a gate if they're close enough. So we gotta be very careful with this. The first thing we're gonna do is pull out our suppressed AR, and then we're gonna wait for this guy right here to walk up the hill a bit so we can just take him out. So we can see him right here. I'll just wait for him to walk up the hill a bit, and bang, we'll take him out. So that's the first step. Next step is we're gonna go over here to this camera right here because we're gonna go in here and turn off the power. Even though this camera right here is showing white, it is not friendly, so we need to avoid it. Run over here when it's turning away, as you can see on the mini-map right now. Then we'll just run in, and now we can't see us. So we'll take out this fuse box right here, and we'll take out this fuse box over here. And now the lights and CCTV on Cayo Perico has been taken out, so that means we are safe to go. Because the main thing that's scary is this camera right here, because it will see us if we try and get over here without it. Okay, so when that guy is standing over there, you want to take him out like I just did. Don't care about these people right here. They won't get you detected. It's only the guards that's over there that will get you detected. Now, you need to take this guy out, or he needs to be all the way over there when you open this gate and walk through it, or else he will hear you. I know it's ridiculous, and then he will detect you. And if that happens, you will need to reset the whole heist because it will be very hard to do it otherwise, and you won't get the elite challenge. So make sure you take him out like that, or you wait until he is on the other side of the building. Anyway, we want to take our coke right here so we can fill up the bag. Now this is our best secondary loot target, and as we know, there's one weed and one cash over here. We can take this weed right here because we don't have anything better. Right, so taking this with us, we want to now go back here and jump over this. So now we got this guard over here, and it's very important you wait until he walks all the way over here. He needs to be here before we take him out. So when he stops completely over on this side, that's when we're gonna take him out. So wait till he stops. There you go, and there we can take him out. He turns around very quickly, so make sure you take him out quick, because there will be a car that drives up here, and if he's all the way over here, he will be seen, and then you will be detected. It doesn't matter if you're on the bottom of the map inside the compound, you will be detected out of nowhere. So take him out, or just walk around him, avoid him, I don't care. Then we'll walk in here and take some more loot until our loot bag is full. There you go. When it turns green like that, that means the loot bag is full, and we can now move on to the compound and then get our main target as we're done with the secondary loot. Right, so now we just want to run back to the boat, and as you can see, my boat has drifted quite far out. That doesn't matter though, we need this boat, so we'll just have to swim out to it. It will take quite a while, but that's just how it is. Try and not have too much speed when you come up onto this beach right here. If you don't have too much speed, then hopefully it won't drift too far out, but a lot of the time it does drift quite a distance out from this little beach here. Right, so back into the boat now. Took me quite a while actually to just swim out to it. However, now we want to just turn 360 degrees around and then just start driving all the way down to the compound. It's on the bottom of the map, is where the yellow marker is on the map, so we'll just drive right down there. By the way, a little tip: if you hold handbrake while you steer the boat, you will have a steeper steer, so you can turn much easier. It's much easier to turn while you hold the handbrake versus if I don't. Now we just want to go right here, and if you see on the map, there's a great logo under the water, so we just want to jump into the water and then go down into this grate. Now very easily we just want to take this out just like that, and you might also want to equip some rebreathers. To do that, you need to click left on the D-pad. That way you won't die of drowning. Anyway, when we get up to the compound now, I want you to pay attention to where I am running. If you need to slow down the video, do that, but just pay attention now. We want to run up here, run past all the guards in here, over here. Jump over this little fence right here. And now the guard that's up here, we want to wait till he turns. There he turns. He'll walk over here. And we want to take him out when he stops right here. Now he stopped. We can take him out. Sometimes he drops the keys. Sometimes he doesn't. Now he didn't. So that's unfortunate. But that's just how it is. But he dropped the keys. So now we have the gate keys. Yeah, so you also want to take out this guy. We'll start working up. The guy on the top here will start walking down towards us, but we just walk up here and then just knock him out like that. Easy peasy. And now we're inside El Rubio's office. The first thing you want to do is run right to this wall right here, because there is a secret safe here. Walk into it and you will get some extra nice cash. Okay, so since we got the gate keys, we do not need to go through this elevator right here. We can go down to the basement where we can get an easier hack or one less hack to do. Instead of doing 2 hacks, we get 1 hack down into the basement. So it's a little quicker. So we'll just jump down here to get to the basement right here. Unlock it with the keys you got. If you didn't get the keys from one of the guards we took out, you need to do it upstairs with the elevator. However, we did, so we can hack the keypad right here. Now I'm gonna try and explain this as easily as I can. The fingerprint on the right is the clone target. The components on the left is what we need to match up with the one on the right. So you can see this is the top part. So we're gonna match that to the top. Then we go to the top on the second one and then 1 down. We go to the top on the third one and then 2 down. And there we got it. Sometimes you need to do more than that. Sometimes you can do less. It very much depends. But just do that until you get the fingerprints. If you're still wondering about it, search up a guide on YouTube. There are a lot of good guides. Alright, so run right over here. By the way, if you took the elevator, you will come out of here. Now we want to just burn this lock right here and then run over to the necklace. If you had bearer bonds, you will need to take this safe right here, as I told you earlier in the video. However, we have the ruby necklace, so we want to burn this glass. Now we don't want to overheat. You can see in the bottom right corner of your screen that I do have a heat bar. So do not get that to the max, because then the device will overheat. Just do it slowly like that and eventually it will open. So nice, now we got it. We can walk straight out of the basement door again. And now we want to walk out right here. Be careful when you walk out here so there's no guards. Now we just want to jump up right here because we're going out the main gates. Usually we can just run right over to that yellow circle right there, but now there's a guard walking around here. So this guard, we gotta wait to turn around and he gotta walk away before we can go over there. Be careful as this guard in red right here, because his cone of vision is quite a bit further out here. So make sure you take a deep turn around like this so he doesn't detect you. And then get to the main door and just click right on the D-pad, and now we're done with the compound. It's as easy as that. You have to kill 3 guards and then you're done. At this point, it doesn't matter if we get detected, because now we got a full loot bag. We have been in the compound, so it doesn't matter in terms of in the elite challenge if we get detected or not. So first, we just want to take this guy out and then take this bike. Turn around like this and drive up this hill. Drive up here into this little field right here. Now the good thing with the Cayo Perico Heist is that you can escape in any way you want. So we are legit just gonna swim away from the island. So you just want to fly the bike into this ocean right here and now just start swimming away. I would recommend equipping rebreathers again, and then you want to swim to these 3 mines in a triangle right here. For some reason, when you swim here, you will be taken out of the mission much faster and you don't have to swim that far. So just keep swimming towards this one and then we'll get taken out of the mission and we're done with the heist. That's it. We have done it. You have got all the loot you need. Easy as that. So now let's see if we got the elite challenge or not. Okay, so we got right over 1 million, which is not bad at all. We completed it under 15 minutes with about 45 seconds to spare. That's because I did it a bit slower in this video to show you guys how to do it. However, when you're doing it on your own and you're going as fast as you can, you'll aim around 10 minutes or even under 10 minutes sometimes. So it's really quick if you are not doing like I am and showing you how to do it. But as you can see, I got $50,000 more for doing it. And if you do that on hard mode with the elite challenge, you will get $100,000 $100,000 more. So it's definitely worth doing the elite challenge considering how easy it is. So as you guys can see, we just got 1.065 million, which is really good in my opinion for just doing basically an hour of GTA work. And there you have it. Now we are $1 million richer, and I am now at almost $36 million. And at the beginning of the video, I was at almost $35 million. So easy as that, $1 million more in the bank. Now, if you're still hungry for some money and you need some more ways to get that sweet cash, check out this video I made about the top 10 best solo money making methods in GTA Online. Subscribing and leaving a like would also help out greatly. God bless, and thank you for watching. Yeah!